Hello to you guys out there in YouTube land. Yes, it's me, DR. So, I did promise a selection of things, and as I said, these videos are a time capsule for me. They're a spot where I can literally go, okay, what are my views on this, what are my views on that, what are my views on whatever. So, I kind of wanted to do a benchmark in terms of where I think I am. I haven't looked at any of my old videos yet. Well, not to test and analyse my views. I've kind of looked at and referred back to them for nostalgia purposes, but no direct plan. So, what am I benchmarking my views? I think I'm pretty much, I don't want to say I am where I was. I think about things a lot less, more focused around things like family. So, some of the things that really grinded my gears before, maybe I've mellowed, maybe I've been tenderised by life. I don't know, actually. For me, I'm still an atheist, I'm still there, haven't changed. Still, I think, due to the fact I was on YouTube, and I saw loads of videos regarding YouTube, and I was fairly active in my own local community, I still find myself kind of shaking my head at various different arguments. Things like Pascal's wager and Kalam's cosmological arguments. I just find myself going, oh, I've realised now that most of these things, even though they were important to me at the time, really and truthfully aren't important to the people that are arguing them. They're justifications for their opinions. And most people, you need to pull the layers of the onion back of their belief structures to get down to the real heart of it. And the majority of the times, and the majority of discussions I've had with people, it's come down to things like indoctrination. And I don't want to harp on it, but they were born in a certain area. That was the belief structure of the people that raised them. Therefore, they adopted similar belief structures. And I call that indoctrination. As I don't want to try and find it. I don't want to use it with the severity that most people kind of consider with that word. But I still feel it's a form of indoctrination. So that's part one. Part two is the search for meaning. That whole what is the meaning of life, and the fact that people want to attribute some kind of importance to their belief structure. Simply saying we exist isn't enough for some people. They need to add on something else to make them feel like there's some value, and it's a bit weird to do. I find that very strange. But at the same point, there was a time where I did believe that, and maybe in all of this, I might do my coming out story. That might be quite useful. I don't know. 3, and it's kind of subset of the importance. There's an event is triggered, and there's a seeking of meaning from that event. So it's very similar to importance. The second one is I'm important, therefore there must be some reason for me being important. I must be important. I'm here. I exist. And I will say, just a kind of caveat, I don't believe in any of these. I've become more kind of open to people believing, but I still challenge belief wherever it's appropriate. But number 3 is a kind of deeper one to challenge. It's the one that tends to happen when people are affected by grief or loss, and it's the one that the emotional impact is quite difficult to approach. I think for me, it's the one I found most challenging to challenge. When someone says, I believe because I've lost someone and I want to feel that there's something there. And I know that some people say, well, yeah, and some people are easier doing it. I just find that the emotional crutch that's there is supplying some kind of support and a coping mechanism. Now, I do espouse that people believe in things for, try to believe in it, to paraphrase a Matt Dillahunty phrase, try and believe in as many true things as possible and as few false things as possible. But that's the one I found most difficult in terms of, what's going on. The other two are fairly straightforward. You know, indoctrination. Well, if you that's where people talk about and use the examples of, if you were born somewhere else, what would you believe? And you can kind of draw comparisons. You can have a very logical conversation about that. The one where someone's seeking the importance, you challenge that, even though it's someone's basing that I'm important because of, you know, whatever, Sky Daddy, you know, Santa Claus, whatever. It's easier to challenge. Because even though you're impacting that person, you're only impacting them and their memories. Whereas the third one, I think for me, is harder to approach or to have a dialogue about, because really and truthfully, you're impacting someone's memories and someone's emotional support structure, which tends to be a lot more fragile than people would first say. So for me, that's the hardest to challenge. You know, the second one, and kind of a subset of all these, is you know, your support structure believes that, so societally it's easier to go along and go with the flow, and it's easier to go with what's on, because your friends and your family, and it kind of comes down substructures, and you might disagree with me, but I kind of define it somewhere different than the previous two, because the first kind of situation we talked about was really, that's all you know. So you're told that, so you believe that, and then that's fantastic. It's a bit like, I like the type of music my parents liked because I listened to it and they enjoyed it, and I attached feelings of happiness with that music. Second one is more, I don't know why am I here? Okay, this gives me a reason, I'll just go along with that. The third one is, why did they go? I need to cope with that. I need a reason. So, you know, that's my reason for it. And the fourth one is more on the lines of, I'm here, I'm doing this. This is my support structure around it. Who will help me when things go wrong? And these people, so I can't reject them, even though I might not necessarily agree with everything they say. So those are kind of my four, I don't know, areas and reasons to believe. I don't espouse to any of them. I mean, there is the fifth one, which is more kind of the Scientology, which is, I've bought into it, therefore I need to continue because I've given you some money and I've given you some time, and that's valuable. Therefore, I need to keep and maintain the structures of that. So it's kind of a subset of the rest, but it's still important enough that I kind of separate it. And I was keen to find if you guys have any opinions or any views or any kind of on those reasons for belief, and why people believe the things they believe, and if there's anything else that you can think of in terms of why people believe. I'm keen to get that insight. You know, this is not a one-way dialogue, so please feel free to stick stuff in the comments, like the video if you want. It was a bit rambly and I kind of did go off the subject, so I will approach what I believe it, but I think it was actually quite important, and it was important for my stream of consciousness to kind of get that out there. So thank you very much for watching. God, very different. I feel very different doing this. So please feel free, as I said, like, subscribe, put some comments down there. And you guys, this is DR saying peace out, and have a safe journey wherever you're heading. Woohoo!